Welcome back, dear students. Today we are going to learn how to draft a notice under section 80 of CPC. Here are a few references before you. You can pick up any one or more of these books for learning the drafting of a notice under section 80 CPC. So, dear students, before you actually start the actual drafting of the notice, you should know what section 80 CPC says. You see, whenever a plaintiff has to file a civil suit in a court of law, it is always advisable to serve a notice on the opposite party to give him a chance to comply with the relief asked. And such an advance notice will entitle you for the cost of the suit. If such notice is not given, the court may or may not award you the cost of the suit. Hence, giving an advance notice is always beneficial for the plaintiff, although it is not legally required. But if a suit is to be filed for or against the government, the authority to be named as plaintiff or defendant, as the case may be, shall be, in case of a suit by or against central government, the party shall be referred as Union of India, and B, in the case of a suit by or against state government, the party shall be referred by the name state, like state of UP or government of NCT of Delhi. So in ordinary suits between individuals and individuals, notice may or may not be given by the plaintiff to the defendant before filing a suit. But according to section 80 of CPC, 2 months advance notice is to be given by the plaintiff to the defendant if one of the defendant is either a state or a central government. What is the object of this notice? The object behind notice under section 80 CPC is the public policy. And the primary object underlying section 80 CPC is to afford an opportunity to the government or public officer to consider the legal position and settle the claim put forward by the prospective plaintiff, if the same appears just and reasonable. And the government, unlike private parties, is expected to consider the matter objectively, and after obtaining proper legal advice, it can take appropriate decision in the public interest within a period of 2 months allowed by section 80 CPC, by saving public time and money and without driving a person to unnecessary and avoidable litigation. Dear students, the legislative intention behind section 80 is that the public money should not be wasted for unnecessary litigation. Section 80 CPC is enacted to alert the government or a public officer to negotiate the just claims and settle them if well founded without adopting an unreasonable attitude by inflicting wasteful expenditure on public exchequer. Law Commission of India, dear students, in its 14th and 27th report did not favor retaining the provision of issuing notice under section 80 CPC before filing a suit, because in large majority of the cases, government or public officer made no use of opportunity afforded by Section 80 and the notice remained unanswered. So the mandate of Section 80 CPC is that no suit shall be instituted against the government, including the state of J&K, or against a public officer in respect of a public officer in respect of any act purporting to be done by such public officer in his official capacity until the expiration of 2 months next after notice in writing has been delivered or left at his office. And this notice, dear students, which is to be given under Section 80, is to be given first of all in a suit against central government. This notice is to be given to the secretary to the central government, and B, in a suit against central government relating to railways, the notice is to be given to the general manager of that railway, and C, if it is a suit against government of Jammu and Kashmir, then notice is to be given to the chief secretary, government of J&K. And D, if it is a suit against any other state government, then notice is to be given to the secretary to that government or the collector of the district. And finally, E, if it is a suit against a public officer, that notice is to be given to that officer. Now, what are the essentials of a notice under Section 80 CPC? We have a leading case on this point. State of AP versus Gundugola Venkata. This case was decided by the Supreme Court in 1965. And it was held in this case that in considering whether essential requirements of Section 80 have been complied with, court should ask the following questions. Question number one is whether the name, description, and residence of the plaintiff are given so as to enable the authorities to identify the person giving the notice. So this is the first requirement of Section 80. Number two, whether the cause of action and the relief which the plaintiff claims are mentioned with sufficient particulars. Third, whether such notice in writing has been delivered to or left at the office of appropriate authority mentioned in Section 80. Number four, whether such suit has been instituted after expiration of 2 months after the notice has been served. And number five, whether the plaint contains a statement that such a notice has been so delivered or left. So dear students, if you want to summarize the nature and scope of Section 80 CPC, the summary is as follows. That a suit against government or a public officer shall not be filed unless 2 months notice is given. And Section 80 enumerates two types of cases. A, suits against the government, and B, suits against public officers in respect of acts done or purporting to be done by such public officer in their official capacity. In the first category of cases, where suit is to be filed against state or central government, notice must be given in all those cases. But in second category, where suit is to be filed a public officer, then notice is necessary only when the suit is in respect of any act done by such public officer in the discharge of his official duties and not otherwise. If action is taken by someone not discharging his official duties, then such notice is not necessary. You see, notice under Section 80 CPC is not an empty formality. Notice under Section 80 CPC is mandatory and it admits no exception. All the government or the public officer has a right to waive such notice. This provision is provisional in nature and not substantive one. So notice under section 80 CPC is for the benefit of the government or public officer. It is therefore open to the government or public officer to waive such notice. And dear students, so far as form of notice is concerned, no particular form of notice is prescribed. You will have to make your own drafting according to the facts and circumstances of the case. Now, how this notice under section 80 CPC is to be served to the other party. Board of Services that this notice under section 80 CPC is to be delivered or left at the office of appropriate authority. Personal service of notice is not necessary. If you leave the notice at the office of government or public officer, it is sufficient compliance of the service of notice under section 80 CPC. Then, dear students, while drafting a notice under section 80 CPC, if there is any technical defect in the notice, suppose the notice was not properly drafted. Now a notice under section 80 cannot be held invalid and no suit can be dismissed on the ground that there is a technical defect or error in the notice or that service of notice was irregular. Section 80 clause 3 was added in CPC by CPC Amendment Act of 1976. And this section 80 clause 3 was added with a view to ensuring that just claims of aggrieved parties are not defeated on technical grounds. Dear students, this time period of 2 months notice is to be excluded when you calculate the period of limitation. Period of limitation to file a suit against any government or public officer. For that period of limitation, this 2-month period of notice has to be excluded. Then there is one exception in section 80 clause 2 of also, that you may be allowed to file a suit without 2 months notice with the leave of the court. If your relief is urgent, this section 80 clause 2 was added in CPC by CPC Amendment Act of 1976, which enables the plaintiff to institute a suit against the government or public officer for obtaining urgent or immediate relief with the leave of the court, even without serving notice to the government or public officer. You may be allowed to file a suit without 2 months notice, but the court shall not grant relief, whether interim or otherwise, except after giving to the government or public officer, as the case may be, a reasonable opportunity of showing cause in respect of relief paid in the suit. You may be allowed to file the suit without 2 months notice, but interim relief or interim stay order shall not be granted to you unless the defendant party, who is a government or public officer, is heard and a reasonable opportunity of showing cause is given to them. Dear students, under section 80 clause 2, only 2 months notice can be waived, but notice to government council is essential for obtaining urgent or immediate reliefs. And this rule is not applicable to the writs because writs are not suits. Hence, section 80 CPC notice is not required before filing a writ petition against the government or public officer. So, dear students, with this much background knowledge at the back of our mind, now we will start learning the actual drafting of a notice under Section 80 CPC 1908. So, heading of this notice will be Notice under Section 80 CPC. Then the mode by which this notice is sent may be registered AD post, or it may be speed post. This notice, since has been drafted by some advocate, so this notice will emanate from office of, say, XYZ advocate. You will have to draft complete address of the advocate. So you will write down from XYZ advocate, resident of 80 Malviya Nagar, New Delhi. Dated. Date of the notice is important. Say date is 25th January 2017. And this notice is addressed to number 1, Chief Secretary, Government of Bihar, Patna, Bihar, India. Number 2, the Resident Commissioner, Bihar Bhavan, 5 Kautilya Marg, New Delhi. And third, the Administrative Officer, Bihar Bhavan, 5 Kautilya Marg, New Delhi. Center heading you will draft. Center heading will be Notice under Section 80 CPC. Now you will address this notice to all the 3 opposite parties. Dear sirs, I, XYZ advocate, have instructions from my client, ANI Technologies Private Limited, operating under the trade name Ola, to serve you the following notice. Now opening paragraph will be drafted like this. Please take notice that our client, Mr. X, proprietor of Ola Taxi Services, having its office at Connaught Place, New Delhi, will institute a suit against Government of Bihar, owning and administering Bihar Bhavan, New Delhi, in the competent court having jurisdiction at New Delhi, after expiry of 2 months after service of this notice, unless the relief claimed herein below is paid or granted to our client within the said period of 2 months. The relevant facts constituting the cause of action and relief claimed are as follows. So dear students, you have seen 2 items are underlined here. That I will institute a suit, and second underlined portion is after expiry of 2 months after service of this notice. Para 1 is to be drafted like this. That our client is a tour operator and transporter doing the business of running luxury cars and taxis. Para 2, that you, addressee number 3, approached our client for availing taxi services for official purposes, and the same was provided by our client from time to time as per your orders. Para 3, that the aforesaid taxi services were extended to you, addressee number 3, for official purposes on the specific condition that payment shall be made within 1 month of availing the taxi services, failing which interest at the rate of 18% per annum shall also be payable. Para number 4, that during the year 2016, you, addressee number 3, avail taxi services for official purposes from our client, for which a total bill of rupees 5,10,000 were raised and sent to you. The details of taxis hired and the said bills are annexed hereto as Annexure A to this notice. Para 5. That our client made repeated oral and written requests to you, addressing number 2 and 3, for payment of aforesaid bills, but only a part payment of rupees 1 lakh was done by you to our client. Subsequent thereto also, our client made repeated requests for the clearance of the pending bills of rupees 4,10,000, but in vain. On mobile, you have taken the plea of non-availability of budget, for which our client is not responsible. Para 6. That you addressees are now liable to pay a sum of rupees 4,10,000 to our client along with 18% interest per annum from the dates of the bills up to the date of its realization. Para 7. That the particulars required under Section 80 CPC are as follows. This para complies with the requirement of Section 80. A. Name, address, and description of the plaintiff is Mr. X, proprietor Messrs. ANI Technologies Private Limited, operating under the trade name Ola, having office at Connaught Place, New Delhi. B. Name, address, and description of the defendant. It is Government of Bihar, Patna, Bihar, India, owning and administering Bihar Bhavan, 5 Kautilya Marg, New Delhi, through its secretary, Patna, Bihar. C. Cause of action. The taxi services availed from time to time as per details in Annexure A. D. Relief claim. What relief you are claiming from the government? It is decree for rupees 4,10,000 along with interest at the rate of 18% per annum from the dates of the bills up to the date of realization, and date of notices 25th January 2017. You will write down thanking you, yours faithfully, XYZ advocate, resident of 80 Malviya Nagar, New Delhi. An advocate has to append his signatures on this notice also. Now, dear students, we will at the same time learn the reply to this notice under Section 80 CPC also. Now see, heading will be reply to notice under Section 80 CPC bracket by registered AD post. This reply is being sent on date 6 July 2017 from advocate of the other side. So reply notice is emanating from the office of ABC advocate, 80 Ashoka Marg, New Delhi, and this reply is being sent to XYZ advocate, resident of 80 Malviya Nagar, New Delhi. Dear sir, my clients, Chief Secretary, Government of Bihar, Patna, Bihar, India, the Resident Commissioner, Bihar Bhavan, 5 Kautilya Marg, New Delhi, and Administrative Officer, Bihar Bhavan, 5 Kautilya Marg, New Delhi, have handed over your legal notice dated 25th January 2017, issued on behalf of ANI Technologies Private Limited, operating under the trade name Ola, to me, with instructions to reply as under. Now let us see what is the reply of the government. Para 1. That at the very outset I may point out that your client's claim is absolutely misconceived and unsustainable. It seems that your client has not informed you the correct facts. Para 2. That my client has already paid a sum of rupees 4,10,000 to your client by means of check number so and so dated 1/1/2017 of SBI Kautilya Marg, New Delhi on 2nd January 2017, and this check was delivered to your authorized agent driver Shri ML. Para 3. That my client has inquired from the bank manager of SBI Kautilya Marg that above mentioned check has been cleared by the bank and a sum of rupees 4,10,000 has been debited from the saving bank account of Administrative Officer Bihar Bhavan, New Delhi, and the same has been credited to the account of your client. Para 4. Your client is therefore not entitled to any amount from my client, and claim made and the claim made by him is absolutely false and fictitious. In view of above, I may inform you that my client is not liable to pay any amount whatsoever to your client. The alleged claim of your client is absolutely false, fictitious, and misconceived. I therefore call upon your client to withdraw this illegal and fictitious claim and wrong notice issued under Section 80 CPC. However, if any proceedings are instituted by your client as alleged in the notice under reply, the same shall be defended by my client at the risk and cost of your client. You are requested to remit a sum of rupees 50,000 only to my client as legal charges of replying your frivolous notice under Section 80 CPC, and copy of this notice is retained by me. Yours faithfully. Signatures of ABC Advocate are required with complete address, that is 80 Ashoka Marg, New Delhi, and reply notice is being sent CC to the Chief Secretary, number 2 Resident Commissioner, and number 3 Administrative Officer Bihar Bhavan, Kautilya Marg, New Delhi. So dear students, this is how today we have learned the drafting of a notice under Section 80 CPC and its reply also. So notice under Section 80 CPC and its reply we have learned how to draft. Thank you.